Welcome, Minneapolis Lions High School fans, back to the gymnasium here as we're closing out the wrestling season at home, the dual portion of the season. Dale Leach and Mike Perry here on Eagle Communications Channel 20 and SalinaPost.com as the Lions go for wrapping up sole position of first place in the league tonight in the NCAA versus the Beloit Trojans. Minneapolis has a dual record coming into tonight of 14-2 overall, 4-0 in league, having beat Russell last Thursday night. Russell had come into that duel undefeated. Beloit is 4-6 overall in duels, or excuse me, 5-8 overall in duels, and 4-6 in. That doesn't make any sense. And they've won, 2-4. They're 2-4 in league. 2-3 in league. They might be 2-4 after tonight's over. I'm sorry, I thought I had my notes in order and I did not. But anyway, Minneapolis is going for their undisputed league title tonight if they beat Beloit. If they lose tonight, they might have to settle for a tie with Russell. Minneapolis has had 10 previous league crowns. The last 2 years, 2014 and 13, and 2010, and they had 4 successive years, 2002 through 2005, that they were league champs. The other 2 were back in 1992, 1991, and the very first one was in 1978. This will not be the first time that the Lions have met up with Beloit this year. They met them in the dual tournament up in Concordia back on January 31st. The Lions won up there by a score of 51-30. Overall, it's been a very successful season for the Lions. That's, like I said, 14-2 overall. The only teams they have lost to in duels are 5A squads. One being Chanute, the other being in the dual tournament last on the 31st at Concordia. They lost to Valley Center. Last Saturday, they won the Lions tournament. It's the only tournament they won outright first place in. They had 168 points, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. Of course, in the Osborne tourney, the very first tourney of the year, they tied for first place there with 122 points. They've had 2 second-place finishes here at the Minneapolis Jeff Giles tourney and at Ellsworth. And at the always tough Beloit tourney, they finished 12th. This upcoming weekend, or a week from this weekend, they will go to regionals at Russell, Class 1, 2, 3A regionals.
Well, if you're waiting to come watch the wrestling team wrestle, this is going to be a knockdown drag out here tonight. It's always seems like it's the toughest duel of the year. It comes down to the winner will take the undisputed league title. So it's typically that way.
Well, Beloit has no chance at that, but we'll have it undisputed if we win. If we lose, we probably will tie.
And Beloit has always been tough opponent, to say the least.
No doubt about it. I talked with their coaches a little bit, and they are kind of down in the mouth a little bit about where their program is right now. It's not the powerhouse right now that it once was, and they didn't express much hope that it'll be much better in the near future as far as numbers are concerned.
Powerhouse with 3 state champs on their roster. The following year, it seems like they are a tough draw, whether they're rebuilding or coming back with their state competitors from the year before. They're always tough.
Can't take them for granted, that's for sure. Time for the national anthem.
Dale, looks like we have a couple exhibitions tonight. We'll probably run those off first, won't we? Or will they?
It's either the first or the last. You never know.
First matchup at weight class 285, Noah Easter from Beloit, Chase Donovan of Minneapolis.
Looks like they're going to have at least one up front. Easter of Beloit and Chase Donovan, Minneapolis.
285. Donovan, just a freshman. He's a big kid.
Look, we'll have a total of 3 exhibitions.
Yeah, it looked like there were 3. Metzler kid will get
Diego
Dominguez.
Dominguez. Yeah.
Donovan kid looks like he has big possibilities.
And he gets an immediate takedown.
And he's got an arm bar in there, and he's going to get him turned over too, Dale. It's just a matter of time. Now they're going to
15 seconds gone in the first round.
slap him out right there as Donovan with a quick pin.
He made short work of that.
Kid will do well, improving. First time I've seen him wrestle this year. He's pretty good. Freshman.
Like
I wouldn't imagine he wrestled too many years, but maybe he has come up through the.
Looks like he might have some potential as an offensive tackle too.
Absolutely.
Next is Jackson Metzler versus Diego Dominguez.
Metzler wrestled one of the best, guttiest matches I saw earlier in the season when he was down quite a few points and came back to win that thing in the third period.
Dominguez with the immediate takedown.
Well, Dominguez got in fairly easily on that leg and was able to. Now he's got an armbar in. Metzler sprawls out, but now in trouble with the cradle, but Metzler gets out of that thing somehow. He's still hooked up though, Dale. This time he's gonna get a leg in on top of it. I don't know that he'll get out of this one. He does not. Dominguez had him all tied up.
Pin with 1:17 to go here in the first period. Favor of Dominguez.
We have one more exhibition, another heavyweight match. Walker Clapp, Beloit, and Logan Robbins of Minneapolis.
Junior Robbins and Clamp. I don't know. He looks young.
Logan?
No, the Clamp kid from Beloit. Logan's a junior. I know that.
Well, Logan looks like he's a lot bigger than.
Logan's going right to work. Has the man down.
He already had that arm in there as he pulled him down to the mat, and Logan just rolled him right over, and that was a quick pin. But I think Logan had a few pounds on him, didn't he?
Yes. 1:47 remaining in the first period. About 2 seconds faster than, 3 seconds faster than what the freshman Donovan did. So both the heavyweights pretty quick, and then Dominguez for Beloit won within the first minute also.
Which means Grimmel will wrestle 285 in the.
Yes. Sean Conklin for the Lions, 106 pound.
106 at 113 is Austin Constable for Minneapolis and Caden Emmett for Beloit. As Dale mentioned, Sean Conklin, Blaine Harris at 106. Now open is Jordan Herman from Beloit. We have no wrestler. And they have no wrestler at 126, and that's Cody Kind. At 132, that would be Colton Baker, and Beloit is open there. So it kind of evens out, but if I looked at the opens and compared, it looks like we might have one more open than they do. Then at 138, Carter Westling has an open. And at 145 will be Dustin Williams and TJ Ragnoni. Ragnoni still ranked in the state. At 152 it's Braden Kahn and Mason Mills for Minneapolis. At 160 weight class, Blaine Burks. For Beloit and for Minneapolis, Kyler Mick. And at weight class 170 is Jared Mosier, and we are open there. And at 182, we're also open there. That would be Logan Cadle for Beloit. But at 195, Quentin Clark wrestles for Minneapolis at 195, and Beloit is open there. And as well in the 220 weight class, that would be Jake Fleming. So we don't get to see Clark or Fleming wrestle here tonight. And then, as I mentioned, at 285, we get Tanner Grimmel and Elliot Kimenu. Kimenu's a big kid, but Grimmel is as well.
I think Grimmel will be able to hold his own there. Captains and coaches greeting each other here. Coach Chaz Hawk, first year head coach.
Seniors are out there.
Had senior night last Thursday. Originally, it had been scheduled tonight to have a junior high duel right before this. And so they rescheduled the senior night to last Thursday. And then that junior high duel went away. So
Grimmel, Clark, Fleming, and Baker, the seniors, were out there representing the coin flip. And now we're ready to rock and roll here at 106. This would be Sean Conklin for Minneapolis and Blaine Harris for Beloit.
under 6-pound, usually is freshman classes.
What I guess I'm missing, Dale, is Cannon Smith at 138 and we were open there. And that's
he might be sick.
I presumed he was sick, and there's a quick takedown by the Beloit kid as they run out of mat.
He was here last Thursday, but got a victory by open.
Conklin needs to watch out. This kid is cat quick, and in on the legs he goes again. This time Conklin sprawls out. Conklin a little bit slower. Now the kid's got the leg again as Harris quick to grab the leg, but he throws Conklin down and scores 2 points for the takedown. Just underway here, 106-pound weight class. Conklin's giving up that arm as Harris has it behind his back. Now he shoots in. And he almost had 2 arms in there to make it a little bit easier to turn him. But right now, Conklin is not giving up the position, and he's down on the bottom behind 2-0. Now he's got an arm shot in, and if he can hold him, Conklin off the match. If he pulls him back, nope, he's going to call him off the mat. That was close to another, or a near fall.
It's 2-0 at this point. 38 seconds to go in the first period.
Conklin's lucky it's not 3 or 5-0. Conklin still on the bottom as Harris works him over the out of bounds line, has an arm shot in and gets him turned over. He's in a little precarious spot here as Harris has him turned over, but Conklin bridges out and no points are scored. Close, very close. Conklin starts on the bottom with just 13 seconds left in the first period. Harris has his arm shot back in again, and he is out wrestled Conklin. He just can't quite get him turned over, and hopefully he holds on and does. Conklin in trouble 2 or 3 times there in the first period.
2-0 after 1 in favor of the Beloit wrestler.
And Conklin in trouble now as easy takedown there as Harris gets right in on the legs. 4-0 Beloit wrestler. This is 106 Harris. Now he's cut off the mat from Conklin and worked in an arm. And we'll see if he can't. No, he's got penalized a point for the hookup, the way he had 2 arms in there behind the head, hands behind the head, and had both shoulders as well. Full Nelson, isn't it, Dale?
I don't know the moves. I apologize. I've heard the term.
Half Nelson one, and that's basically just shooting in with one arm.
I know takedown, I know
Harris
dives.
has got him in trouble now as he's got him turned over, but Conklin gets out of there somehow. But Harris gets him right back.
Conklin trying to roll through.
Got him now.
Conklin's doing a good job of keeping from staying on his back.
Back points right there, and Conklin's behind 7-0 now.
7-1.
Or 7-1, excuse me.
They had an illegal hold or something. They got penalized.
That's right. Harris pretty much in control of this match from start to finish. Conklin gives up that arm a little bit too easy, but evidently the Beloit wrestler a little bit stronger than our Sean Conklin. There he's got him back on his back again. Just not going to be able to get him out of that one, I don't think.
5 seconds.
Got him locked up. He's bridged out, and I don't know how he kept from being pinned, but did.
Another 3 back points awarded. It's 10-1 after 2 periods. Favor of Harris.
Conklin has his choice
Beloit.
here in the 3rd period. He's going to take up, and we'll see if he can't get something done, but does not. Harris just too quick, gets around behind him, and has the 2-point reversal. Now Conklin down in the match 12-1. We'll see if we can keep Harris from slapping the mat here. Harris could be running out of energy here as he's worked hard to try to pin Conklin the first 2 periods, and he's got enough left in the tank to get him turned over again, and he does, as Conklin is on his back once again. And that's going to end the match as Harris finally gets Conklin's shoulders down to the mat.
1:11 remaining in the 3rd period.
Tough match.
Harris with the pin, making it 6-0 in favor of Beloit.
What do you want to keep track of here, Dave?
Oh, you might just write P and or 6-0, and you can pin there. Here we go. Accumulate the scores on down.
Now we have Caden Emmett for Beloit and Austin Constable for Minneapolis. Constable at 113 is a sophomore. Emmett, a freshman. Just kind of checking each other out here at the start of the first period of the 113-pound weight class. Austin Constable for Minneapolis. And he's quick to get in on the legs. Beloit wrestler trying to get out of bounds and does. And they whistle both wrestlers out of bounds. Constable a little quicker in on the legs. Sprawls out as the Beloit wrestler tries to get to him and then slides off the mat. And they'll restart it in the middle, both wrestlers up. There we go. Constable in on the legs. Doesn't stay with it. Yes, he does, and he keeps a hold of that leg, but the Beloit wrestler has one as well. So there we go. Constable with a quick move behind the Beloit wrestler scores 2 points on the takedown. Working for a little position here as Constable's trying to get the cradle hooked up as he's trying to get his other arm up through, and Beloit wrestler is having nothing to do with that. And that's the way the first period will end. Minneapolis ahead. Constable, the wrestler for Minneapolis, at 113 pounds, and he's ahead 2-0 over the freshman Emmett from Beloit. That would even things up if we could get Constable to persuade Emmett to make a mistake here. Because we are open in the mixed weight class and Beloit scores there, and now Constable just too quick has the takedown and the 2 points as he gets around behind the Beloit wrestler. 4-0. Constable's pretty muscular.
Yes, he is.
And working very well behind and jumps behind the Beloit wrestler and scores 2 more. Oh, almost. He had the arm shot in and had the Beloit wrestler leaning that way. There's an escape right there as Constable let him go. He was on the back, and Emmett able to get out of there.
It's 6-1 with 1 minute to go in the second period.
There you go. He had the arm in there, and now he's got the Beloit wrestler in trouble and pinned him right there. That's a little bit of strength right there. Yes. As Constable just threw him down.
We'll make the score even at 6, coming up to an open in the next match, as Mike said. So Jordan Herman, 120 pound weight class for Beloit, gets the 6 points. And Cody Kind will get open for Minneapolis in the next weight class, which is 126.
Reversed.
Making the score 18-12 in favor of the Lions. So that pin by Austin Constable was
timely.
Very timely. Oh, and Colton Baker is going to have an open here. Well, wait a minute. Okay, now I've missed Colton. They went with Carter Westling for Beloit with an open. Making it 18 all going into this match of Dustin Williams and TJ Ragnoni.
I'll get there. Ragnoni really quick. So we're 18 and they are...
It should be at 18 also. Magroni, immediate takedown. This is the 140 something, 145 pounds.
Ragnoni picks up the Beloit wrestler, Dustin Williams. And now he's got him on the mat. He's got an arm. He isn't going to let him go, of course. Breaks him back down once again. Ragnoni in control here, 2-0. First period of this match, as Dale mentioned, 145-pound weight class. TJ Ragnoni works or schools himself in Bennington, of course, and Russell's with the Minneapolis squad until state, and then it is Bennington.
Regional and state, yeah, they'll be in the
Regional
Bennington Togs.
Well, Ragnoni's got the arm shot in, but he's just not able to turn the Beloit wrestler. He drags him back onto the mat as wrestler was trying to get off, and now Ragnoni turns him loose.
Making it 2-1 favor Ragnoni with 30 seconds to go in the first period.
Ragnoni didn't like that setup, shakes him loose. 2-1, now a takedown by Ragnoni. You think he'll turn him loose again?
Not this period.
Yes, he did.
Okay. 4-2.
You wouldn't think so with 13 seconds left, but Ragnoni wants one more takedown,
wants the big time.
And he got it. So 3 takedowns. Maybe he's practicing his takedowns here. 6-2, TJ Ragnoni with the lead over Dustin Williams.
They'll both be up to start the second.
Ragnoni with 3 takedowns in the first period. Turned Williams loose twice. So you got to believe that he is working on his takedown skills here. 18-18 team score right now. Just about halfway through this duel. Very important match right here, as if you pencil in the 6 points for Ragnoni, it would be quite an upset to get Ragnoni beat here tonight. As we mentioned, he is ranked in the state and a state qualifier last year. He's trying to get him worked over. He's got the arm bar in under one arm and through his throat, you would think. He just hadn't been able to get this wrestler over on his back, has he, Dale?
They're trying every trick he can think of in the book, I think, to get him turned, but Mr.
Now
Williams.
He's got the arm in, and he will get the job done now as Ragnoni has him pinned. It took him a little while to get there, but
25.7 seconds left in the second period. Ragnoni with the pin. Make the score 24-18 in favor of the Lions.
Credit the Beloit wrestler for hanging in there as he did. That's not an easy draw with TJ Ragnoni.
152-pound class coming up. Braden Kahn of Beloit, Mason Mills, Minneapolis.
Mills, just a sophomore. We'd mentioned the seniors early on, and most of them are not wrestling here tonight as Mills gets in deep on the leg and see if he can make that work for him. Beloit wrestler sprawls out and has got an arm shot in. He better get a hold of that leg as the coach tells him to, and he does have it. If he can reel him in here, he'll have something.
Stall called. Restart. 1:14 to go in the first.
It's a good advantage for Mr. Mills because it looked like if he turned loose of that leg, he was going to give up 2 points pretty quickly. If he can get it, and he's a little slow getting back into position as the Beloit kid has a leg and quick enough to get around behind him and score the 2-point takedown. Now he's got him on his back pretty quickly. Mills rolls right through some harm's way, and they award the Beloit wrestler
another takedown.
Another one. 4-0 Beloit. Boy, if he can get turned over, he's just so close, but not quick enough. He's right there, Dale, if he would just get the arm shot in, and he gave it up. Now he's in trouble, and Mills can't get him turned over. Beloit wrestler a little bit stronger there.
2 reversal points for Mills makes score 4-2.
Well, he's got him if he can just
on the back.
Boy, you would have told me this earlier, and saved by the bell, huh?
3 back points awarded to Mills. Makes the score 5-4. By a fraction of a second, probably away from a pin. Both up to start the second period.
Minneapolis wrestler all but pinned 3 different times and come out of that thing on top, and a 3-point near fall. Yeah, it's definitely TJ's dad in the doorway. He was a pretty good wrestler on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that Beloit wrestler a little bit too quick has gotten in on the legs again and has got Mills on the bottom, but Mills turns the table pretty quick, and he's got the 2-point reversal. What a match. And they're off the mat once again.
Now, would TJ be the grandson of Rick Ragnoni from our era?
Yep.
Okay.
And the referee is clarifying the approach to the other wrestler and the start of this, and break him down pretty quick, as Mills isn't going to let Beloit wrestler get started here.
Mills is up 7-6 with 1:10 to go in the second period.
Mills is in really good position if he can get that leg over on the other side, and he does. He had an arm shot in and lost that advantage. Now he's got the arm. He's going to see if he can get him rolled over here. There you go. 40 seconds left, second period. He can get it done here. Oh, and the Beloit wrestler bridges out, but Mills quick enough to jump back on. He's got him in trouble now, Dale. Slap him out, Dale. Beloit wrestler definitely in trouble. Mills trying to put the finishes touches on him and get that last shoulder down. He's slippery. Beloit wrestler's got that arm up there, which makes it an advantage. He's going to score 3 points here, but he isn't going to get him pinned.
So Mason Mills ends 2 periods in a row with major fall points.
This match is not over, Dale. I guarantee you. As many times as Mills been in harm's way here.
It's 10-6 in favor of Mills entering the third period.
Just 2 minutes left, but I guarantee you, there we go, as Beloit wrestler just rolls right through and puts Mills on his back. Now he's working on an arm. 10-8. As I mentioned, this match is not over. Mills has been in and out of trouble here. Now he's got a leg. And he gets...
Oh, almost an escape.
No, he better get out of there. Almost, yes.
Still 10-8.
Every coach and wrestler on the Minneapolis bench was up off the chair that time because they looked like Mills had him reversed. Mills a little bit longer in length and has the leverage, but the Beloit wrestler is fairly long as well. Mills almost rolls through as he had a hold of the Beloit wrestler under a minute now. Is this going to be enough riding time? He needs to get out of there, and a reverse would guarantee a win, but Mills needs to get out of this and get this thing reversed. Oh!
Out they go. With 37.6 seconds left in the third period. Mills still up 10-8.
He's going to be down, and Dale mentioned 30 seconds left. He needs to watch out here, but it sure would be timely for him to escape.
There's reversal.
Yes, he gave him the 2-point reversal, and Mills is on top. Boy, what a match. I never would have dreamed he would still be on top at the end of each period because the Beloit wrestler had him pinned. I don't know how many times.
And the pin.
Goodness.
With 10.3 seconds left in the third.
He had to work for it, Dale.
Yes, he did. Congratulations, Mason Mills.
He had to work for that.
It's going to make the score 30-18 in favor of the Lions. That's quite the match.
Kyler Mick and Blaine Burks.
160-pound weight class. Nick has been in the state rankings. I don't know if he still is or not.
He's got a leg. I don't know if, yes, he'll get it done. 2-point takedown right there. Mick, this is an extremely tough weight class right here. This 152, 160. You get some kids with some pretty good beef to them here. Mick well put together. Shoulders and arms. Yep, he's got the leg, and Beloit wrestler smart enough to hop out of bounds. First period here. This is the 160 weight class. Kyler Mick and Blaine Burks from Beloit. 2-0. Mick has 2 points for an earlier takedown. Now he's got a leg, and the Beloit wrestler not going to give him the other one. Around on the backside he goes as Mick stays in control here as he started up after the takedown. Now he's got one of the Beloit, oh, he's got an arm shot in. Let's see if he can get him turned. Yes. Unhooked that leg, and he did. He gave up the leg. Beloit wrestler had his leg hooked, which kept Kyler from flipping to the other side. And once he turned loose of that, Kyler's got a pin.
33.3 seconds left in the first. Kyler Mick with the pin. Making it 36-18 in favor of the Lions.
This is where it gets a little dicey here, Dale.
Open points for Jared Mosier in the 170-pound class for Beloit, making it 36-24. And another 6 for Logan Cadle, making it 36-30 in Minneapolis. But we pick up 12 more points with Quentin Clark and Jay Fleming, making it 48-30. Oh no, 46-30. Oh, 48, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So coming into the final match of the night, 285 pounds, Elliot Kimino.
Right. We'll
Tanner
see if
Gremmel.
the right guard. Gremmel, just a force on that football team that was so successful this year, and it's due to the fact those two guys right over there, a lot in part anyway, let me put it that way. When you've got two linemen that are right there, 285, 300 pounds, it move those guys out of there. Big help. And Gremmel, part of that line as Quentin Clark, Jake Fleming, Gremmel, and Robbins were all up front. I'm missing one lineman.
Would have been
Klein.
McKinney, I think, was a center, wasn't he? Jason McKinney.
Just a really solid offensive line. That's part of the success we did have in football this year, that's for sure.
Yep.
This is 285, Gremmel for Minneapolis. And Elliot Kimino for Beloit.
Don't know what to describe to you folks other than they're both trying to find that ultimate position where they can get the takedown.
When you get into the heavyweights like this, you rarely see the big guys go for the legs. So they're looking for the advantage up above with leverage and arm strength, shoulder strength, but usually not quick enough to shoot in on a leg.
0-0 after one period. Gremmel goes down to start the second.
So this is where the rubber meets the road here in the second period with the 285 boys. If you can get away and escape, get a point, Gremmel is working on it. Trying to maintain his balance as the Beloit wrestler tries to break him down. Gremmel started down the second period, and Kimino, pretty big fella in his own right, trying to get Gremmel turned over. He had a leg. Now Gremmel escape. There you go.
Leads 1-0.
Now they can dance around all they want as Gremmel has the lead, but I'm sure Tanner will work at positioning here, and they keep trading arm locks there. Well, Beloit wrestler's smart enough not to let Tanner have both arms in close to the head, and Gremmel has the position he wants right there. If he can, there you go. He's got one arm locked up, and then Beloit wrestler didn't like that. 48-30 in team points. Gremmel here with a 1-point lead, 1-0 in the 285 weight class. And the Beloit coach is trying to coax his heavyweight into getting down onto the mat to get that leg. Shoot it in, and that's the end of the second period.
Now Tanner's going to have to be double extra sensitive, make sure that with Kimmerling going down here to start the, oh, they aren't. Okay. If he would escape, that would tie it up.
Evidently, he had the choice in the second period and took up. I didn't notice that. And without a chance of, Gremmel makes a little shot at a leg, but Beloit wrestler steps away. There we go.
Takedown.
Gremmel He's pretty quick for a big
Yep,
man
yep.
and slides right back behind the Beloit. Now he's got an arm bar, and he's got him turned over. He might get him pinned, Dale.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
Yeah, it would be sweet. He's going to get it
He
done,
got
too.
it. Congratulations, Tanner Grimmel.
Well, Tanner was looking for the opening. He just slid back behind him, and once he got behind him, he got that arm up there and got him pinned.
It's going to make the final score 54-30 in favor of your Lions here over Beloit, and makes them the undisputed NCAA league champion. Their third league championship in a row here.
That's kind of what we were expecting, wasn't it, Dale?
It really was. Up at Concordia, Minneapolis beat Beloit 51-30. Here, 54-30. So pretty close to the same thing.
Same deal.
So
Same deal, different day, but the outcome about the same. Minneapolis victorious and league champs.
would you get to have the headset out there? I think we're going to get a chance to have an interview with Coach Hawk.
Coach Hawk.
Yeah, I asked him if we won and had a championship to celebrate, if he would be able to take some time and come up and speak to us. Said he would do that. So when he gets done with the talking with the boys down there, I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to speak with him. The Lions, their overall dual record for the season is 15-2. Again, the only dual losses they've had this season are to 5A schools, Chanute and Valley Center. That's pretty heady stuff, Mike, I think, don't you?
Well, it's a credit to the coaching staff and the athletes we have, because they have done a wonderful job. I watched them twice this year, and both times they're just, seems like they are just well coached. They're ready to wrestle, in good shape, and they're just never out of the match. And it was that way here tonight, as I think Conklin was the only Minneapolis wrestler that took one on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of we gained points by the opens, and then the.
How many pins did we have? We had Constable with one, Ragnoni with one, Mills with one, Nick with one, and Grimmel with one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins.
I think this was open. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Conklin lost by decision, and had 5 guys to get pins, and that racks up the points pretty quickly. Well, the Lions go to Russell a week from this weekend to start Class 1, 2, 3A tournament action, and the following weekend to be out at Hayes for state tournament. And again, we've been co-op wrestling with Bennington's. Bennington's been wrestling. The Bennington kids have been wrestling under our colors throughout the regular season. Now, with our coaches and of course their coach and Coach Mick, will be wrestling in the Bennington colors for regional and state action. I'll be a pretty competitive group of kids for both of them, quite honestly.
You bet. It's a reflection of the training they've had with the course of their career. I'm talking some of these kids have been wrestling for 10 years. So yeah, they've have had some wonderful schooling. The teachers, the coaches that have worked them since they were old enough to wrestle kids fed. And
strong kids fed program here in Ottawa County. Ottawa County wrestling program, which was very wise of the folks a long time ago to get started, because that just helps fuel the high school wrestling program.
Yeah, it just snowballs, and you can tell the kids know what they're doing when they get out there on that mat. That's for sure. Successful outing here tonight. Coach Hawk in his first year.
Taking over for the late departed Jeff Giles.
And with the league championship, the beat goes on.
Yes, it does.
So, very successful year for the Lions in the wrestling. League champions once again. So, congratulations to the wrestling program here at Minneapolis as they chalk up another one. We've got really good wrestlers, and plus we've got some sophomores that are doing quite well this year as well. We're going to lose 4 pretty good wrestlers though, and Clark Fleming and
Grimmel from Minneapolis, and on the Bennington side, the Dragnoni, a junior or senior?
he's a junior.
Okay, so he'll be back.
Oh, it's Colton Baker we lose.
Oh yeah,
To
okay.
the-
And we didn't see Fulton tonight.
And we didn't see him
He had
tonight
Milton-
as well.
had Milton, so on the Minneapolis side, you lose four wrestlers. But Ragnoni and Mick both will be back next year for out of the Bennington side, I believe, along with Cody Kind, I imagine. So the program will be in fairly good hands and have Logan Robbins and the Donovan boy coming in to battle each other, try to make each other better in the heavyweight division.
That's a tough division right there. I don't know
And
who would wrestle. Both those kids
a
are.
couple kids that looked exciting early in the season. Well, Cannon Smith and Scott Cooter is a freshman.
Yeah, we've got good group
some,
coming up.
Good kids coming up here. We're joined now by Coach Chaz Hawk. Congratulations on a league championship in your first year.
Thank
We
you.
expect one of these every year now.
Yeah. I didn't have much to do with it. The boys did it all. So.
Well, we were just discussing that as you were working your way up here. The kids have looked just phenomenal here tonight, and you can tell the training over the years has paid dividends. The kids coming up through Kids Fed, and the beat goes on, as we just said up here. Congratulations on the league champ.
Thank you. No, they wrestled really good. I mean, they've been a great bunch of kids. Like I said, a lot of the Kids Fed coming up through the ranks. And I mean, the program really hasn't changed. Really, I mean, everything, the same workouts, same conditioning levels, and things like that. We don't expect anything less than what we've had in the past 25 years or so. So, and they understand that, and they've adapted to it. I mean, over the years, and that's how traditions start. So.
Well, you're going to lose 4 seniors tonight. Give us a quick overview of those 4 kids.
Those 4. 132, Colton Baker. Overview. I mean, Colton's wrestled varsity all 4 years. He's had a kind of tough go at it because as we co-op with Bennington and things like that, there's been some really good kids come in there that had a lot more experience than he did, and he's just fought hard and fought for every spot that he's had, and just really good leader. Pretty quiet kid for the most part. They tell me he's kind of loud, kind of ornery when he gets away from the coaches and adults, but just, I mean, really big heart, really hard. He works hard, so good things for him. Hopefully in this postseason.
How about your 220 kid, that Fleming kid?
Jake is a great leader. He basketball here, the last 3 years or so. Finally he decided to come back to wrestling. He wrestled a lot of Kids Fed as a younger kid, but he came in and just adapted really well. I mean, he didn't really miss a beat as far as technique and things like that. We've had to tweak a few things here and there, but he's done a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal leader in the room, phenomenal leader, on the mat. So
And I skipped a weight class on you. You're 195.
Yeah.
You're Quentin Clark. His motor doesn't quit running too often, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, Q. I mean, he has one gear, and it's the high gear. So, and sometimes his old mind gets to racing like that and gets the best of him sometimes too. But phenomenal work ethic with that kid. Always has had a phenomenal work ethic ever since he was 10. I coached him in Kids Fed. Just goes, does everything we ask him to, and again, a great leader. So.
And now you're 285, Grumble, but we're looking down the roster there. You've got some backup for a few years to come. And Donovan kid has grown like a weed.
Yes, he is.
Plus, you got Robbins kind of step in next year.
Yep, and actually, to be totally honest with you, in the wrestle-offs in the room, I mean, Grimmel don't win them by much. In fact, the first wrestle-off, you know, I think Grimmel thought it was going to get kind of handed to him a little bit, so he's kind of a little bit lazy, and Robbins beat him in the first wrestle-off of the year. And then, you know, Grimmel had to sit through that first tournament at Osborne. He didn't too much enjoy that. So he got with it and worked really hard, and that wrestle-off, I think, is a phenomenal. It's usually a 1 or 2 point match in the room, and it's just they're great work. You know, Donovan and Robin's been great workout partners for Grimmel, and it's helped Grimmel come a long way. So.
Well, Dale was talking about the regional coming up real soon.
Yep.
What's it look like up there then?
Well, it's pretty much the same regional as we had last year. I mean, same teams. Hoisington, Russell will be in it this year. They've dropped down from 4A to 1, 2, 3A this year. But I mean, the kids are wrestling good, and I feel we'll have 8 kids coming out of that, probably 7 to 8 kids coming out of that regional going to state. So I mean, we'll get them focused in, fix the little things this week, and see how it pounds out next weekend.
Well, the weather's supposed to be cold, so it'll be a good reason for them to be inside working on wrestling.
Exactly. It's cold. Maybe they won't be out messing around. So.
Curious question about Quentin Clark and his match last Thursday against the Russell kid. That was a exciting, close match that Q ended up losing by a point, I think it was.
Yep.
Had they wrestled? I assume they've wrestled before.
They haven't wrestled for quite a while. That kid actually came up from 182 pounds to wrestle Q for that. Russell was rolling some dice. You know, and they're trying to win that duel pretty hard, and when that happens, a lot of strategies come out. Kids get bumped around, and they won the coin toss, so they had the ball, you know, and in a couple of them weights, and they were dodging some of our weights. They knew they would lose that, and then they were getting some matchups. You know, they were getting the matchups they wanted. That match, that kid's tough. I can't think of his name right off the top of the head. The kid's tough. I think he placed in 4A state last year. Q just got kind of down on himself. He gets, and that's just Q. He's had a call. It kind of was. It was a right call, and then Q just kind of, you know, let that kind of get to him, and you know, ended up costing him the match. But a good fight though. It was a good match for Q, and it's always good when you get in those matches. It brings out character, and it actually makes you work, and you're not giving anything. So it's a good match for Q. He learned something from it. You know, he got better because of it. So, and that's all you can look for those things.
Yep, that's true. Bill,
so.
Get where it needs to be. Well, good luck. Thanks again. Congratulations for the league championship. And gosh, I understand the only 2 losses you've had in duels this year are the 5A schools. One's a 5A. We lost at 5A Valley Center, and our first loss was at a Marion dual tournament down. We wrestled that. Yeah, Chanute was ranked number 1 in 4A, and I think they still are ranked number 1. 4A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So 4A and a 5A school, and that's the only teams you've lost to in duels. That's.
And I only had one other
exciting.
question. I've seen Cannon Smith wrestle many times in Kids Fed and here, but was sick this week.
Yeah, he just come back to school today, so we didn't. And he had a tough match. That Carter Wesling's a tough dude. I mean, he's a couple-time state place winner. We've seen him already once this year, and he beat Cannon. And I didn't feel like being Cannon's been sick as he has. There's no sense in pushing it through him. We got to heal him up, get him ready for next weekend. Next weekend's a bigger deal than a league championship. So.
Not much bigger. Not many things bigger than the league
Okay.
championship, but there are some things.
Yeah,
Well,
old
good
state
luck.
tournament.
You don't need luck. It's just your kids. I hope kids are healthy and physically ready to go. Mentally, it's. I know you'll have them ready to go, and you get 7 or 8 kids out of there to go to state. That's a big day.
Yep, and it'll be fun. So we'll see what happens. So.
Congratulations.
Thank
again,
you.
Coach.
Thank
Best
you,
of luck to
guys.
you on the future road there.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming up.
Yep, thanks for
Appreciate
having me.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up for us tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation on Eagle Communications Channel 20 and SalinaPost.com. We'll be back for basketball action again here tomorrow night. Lions host Southeast of Saline. It'll be a tough one for both the girls and the boys, but games I think they both can win. And they both need to win to stay in a comfortable spot in sub-state standings and on the girls' side anyway, stay in the league
Yes,
chase.
that's a good chase. It's a good. It's a tough conference right there, and the girls are right there. I hope they can get over the hump.
With that, we're going to bid you a fond good night, and thanks for listening as always here at your source of Minneapolis high school sports. With that, Dale Leach and
Mike Perry.
we'll sign off. As always, thanks for having us in your home coach. Good night.